Hello, class 10 students. Welcome to social science class. And today, okay, apart from the other textbook, today I'm going to talk about, or we are going to do on Nagaland, okay? Nagaland, because many times you tend to forget to read that book, isn't it? So today in this class, we will be discussing about Nagaland, okay? So I hope you have the textbook with you. Please try to get it, okay, and try to take part with me, okay. So in this session we will be discussing about Nagaland, okay. Now when we talk about this Nagaland book, you all know that this Nagaland book, it has been divided into two parts, isn't it? The first part, that is the history and personality, that is, you have already done it in class 9, okay? And in class 10, we will be discussing about the geography and the general knowledge, okay? So the geography and general knowledge, that is for class 10, okay? So make sure you study that, because 10 marks will be coming from this book, okay? 10 marks from Nagaland, and the classification or the division of marks, it will be the same as in class 9. That is, one will be from MCQ, one will be from the short notes, okay? Then one will be from this, we call it as the long answer, that is 4 marks. Then the other one, that is 6 marks, it will be coming from the long, that is the very long answer. But their choices will be given to you again, okay? And I'm sure all of you, you have gone through the question bank, okay? The question bank. So here, I'm going to discuss on those topics that were included there in the question bank, okay? So the first topic that we will be discussing will be, that is the rivers, okay? The rivers of Nagaland. We will be discussing about that. But here, what I'll be doing is, I will be mentioning, okay? We will be doing it only the brief in brief, okay? So in brief, in the sense, we will not go into detail because we don't have time for that also, okay? So, but here, one thing I want you to keep in mind is, you go to your textbook, okay? Go to your textbook, and when you write about this, whether it is to do with the rivers or the mountains, please make sure you mention, try to make sure you mention the name, because many a times what happens is, since we are all living in Nagaland, what you tend to do is you tend to write it in your own, isn't it? And that is where you make mistake, okay? So please follow up with the textbook, okay? So in this class, as I've said, we will be discussing about the rivers, okay? Now, one thing you need to be clear about this river is, you will know that none of the rivers, okay, none of the rivers of Nagaland, that means those rivers which are coming from, starting out from Nagaland, okay, none of them, they go straight into the sea, okay? They don't go straight into, or they don't flow straight into the sea. What they do is, all the rivers of Nagaland, they either, okay, there are two main rivers here. One is called as the Brahmaputra, okay? Then the other one is called, we call it as the Chinwin. So all the rivers of Nagaland, they either flow into Brahmaputra or Chinwin, then only they flow to the sea or ocean, okay? So here, I'm trying to make it simple for you. So one thing you need to remember is, the first thing is, none of the river of Nagaland, they don't flow directly into the sea, okay? All the rivers, they flow either into Brahmaputra or Chinwin River, then only from there they flow into the sea. So here, what we will do is, we will talk about those rivers that are flowing into Brahmaputra, then we will talk about those rivers that are flowing into Chinwin, okay? That is to make it easier for you. So the first one, let's do about this Brahmaputra, okay? So all those rivers which flows into Brahmaputra, okay? Everything is written clearly in your textbook, isn't it? So those rivers that flows clearly into Brahmaputra or directly into Brahmaputra, there, one, we call it as the Dhansiri, okay? The Dhansiri river is there. Then number 2, we have the Doyang, okay? Now here, when you look at this river Doyang, you all know, okay, that the river Doyang is again considered as the biggest river in Nagaland, okay? The biggest river in Nagaland is the Doyang. So keep that in mind also. So we have this Dhansiri, Doyang. Then we have this Tsurang, Okay, Tsurang River is also there. Then we have this Milag, then Diku, so these are the rivers, okay? These are the rivers that flows into Brahmaputra. So first we have Dhansiri, then Doyang, Tsurang, Milak River, Diku, Tiru and Tizit River. So these are the rivers that flows into Brahmaputra, okay? And from among this, as I've said, this river Doyang, okay? Doyang is considered as also the biggest river in Nagaland. So please make sure you remember that, okay? Because it always comes in the objective, okay? So what you can do is you can make sure you know the names, and then from here what you can do is, okay, just write a little bit about it. It depends on the marks, okay? If it is in the essay type, then you have to explain a little bit about it. So what you can do is write the heading, that is the river, and try to write a little bit about it. What you can do is you can mention about the source, from where it is coming or from which district, okay? So that is what you can do regarding this rivers, okay, apart from writing the names. Then the other one is to do with Chinwin. So as I've said, all the rivers, they flow either into Brahmaputra or Chinwin. So regarding those rivers that flows into Chinwin, regarding this, we have only three, okay, only three rivers that flows into Chinwin. That is Zungki, okay, then Likimro and the Lanie River. So these are the three rivers that flows into Chinwin, okay? In the Brahmaputra River, we have 6 rivers there which flows into Brahmaputra. Then from there, it flows into the sea. Regarding this Chinwin, okay, these 3 rivers, they go to or they flow into Chinwin. Then from there, it flows into the sea, okay? So as I've said, make sure you mention the names, okay? Because that is very, very important. Don't just write about the rivers, because that is not what the question is, okay? You are supposed to mention it. So if you want more marks, that is what you have to do, okay? So that is to do with the river. Then another topic is to do with, we have this horticulture, okay? This is also there in your question bank, okay? Horticulture. Now, when we say horticulture, okay? Horticulture, it may mean different things, not just to do with flowers or floriculture or to do with trees and so on, but it means different things, okay? Now, when we say horticulture, this word, it is again derived from the Latin word hortus, okay? Hortus means garden, okay? Then culture means same, cultivation. So horticulture means we are talking about garden cultivation. So when we say garden cultivation, it means different things, isn't it? It may means many things also, so to say, okay? Because here, what happened is, what we can do with this horticulture is, it can be done individually also, or it can be also be done at a multinational, by multinational corporation. That means it can also be done by companies, or it can be done by an individual, okay? So it depends on the things that they are planning to plant. So horticulture means garden cultivation, okay? So here what it meant is, this is to do with Nagaland again, okay? Now when we say garden cultivation, we can talk about these fruits. It can be to do with the fruits or the vegetables, okay? Or it can even be to do with the flowers also, or to do with the trees, the shrubs. All these comes under horticulture, okay? Then apart from this, it also talks about landscaping, okay? Landscaping or conservation or restoration, all these comes under horticulture, okay? But here, when we talk about Nagaland, in Nagaland, when we say horticulture, okay? Horticulture in Nagaland, many people, they go for this nowadays. And when we say fruits, okay? When we say fruits, you can write about all those foods that we find in Nagaland. Okay, I'm not talking about those foods that we buy in the shop. You need to know the difference. Some are we get it here, but some, all those, many a times they are being coming from other states, isn't it? So here we are talking about Nagaland. Okay, so when we say fruits, you can write the heading, and there you can write about all those different fruits that we find in Nagaland. Okay, and here you can write about the passion fruits, orange, pineapples. Okay, those we find here. So in fruits category, you can write about those. Then when you come to vegetables, okay, when you come to vegetables, you can write about the cabbage, onion, potatoes, okay, or even to do with squash. Right now, that is the season. Everywhere you find it, isn't it? So all those you can mention in the vegetables, okay. Then coming to flower. Flower also, boys, you may have difficulty there, isn't it? But with the girls, it's going to be very easy. You know what type of flowers your parents plant or your moms plant or tend in your home, isn't it? You will know the name. So here again, you have to, when you say flowers, again, you need to write a little bit about it. That is, you can mention the different names, okay? The different names of the flowers. That is, it can be roses, lilium, isn't it? Gladiolus. So all those you can mention, okay, in the flowers category. Then coming to spices, okay? Spices, there also we have ginger, okay? Ginger is there, then cardamom, turmeric, all those are there, okay? So you can mention those. So this is how you're supposed to write about this horticulture again, okay? So first you write the definition, okay? Then what does it mean, or what do you find in that garden cultivation? Then you mention all those things, because when we say garden cultivation, we are not only talking about vegetables, isn't it? We have mentioned vegetables, then fruits are there, isn't it? Spices, flowers, all those are there. And as I've said, you mentioned the thing, if you are going to write about the vegetables, you just mention vegetables and you write a little bit about it. That is, the different types of, or the different kinds of vegetables that we find in Nagaland, okay? You can mention those there. So this is how you are supposed to write about this horticulture, okay? So I hope you can get some points from there, or I hope you are able to understand something there, okay? So that is to do with horticulture, okay? Then the next one is, as you're all aware, all the topics are very, very short, isn't it? It is written only in brief. So that is what we are doing, okay? Now here, let's go to these important crops, okay? Important crops. Now, when we say important crops, okay, we are talking about those crops, okay, or those foods, so to say, it can be food also, those food that we find in Nagaland, okay. So here, again, same thing. What you need to do is, you can mention the name and you can write a little bit about it, okay. Like for example, let's go for rice. Rice, that is something which we all take, isn't it? So you write the you write the name, sorry, okay, rice. Then you explain a little bit about the rice, okay, like when is it sown, or when is it supposed to be harvested. We all know it because we have already done that in agriculture, isn't it? Then it is the main food of the Nagas, so you can mention a little bit about that rice, okay. So when we come to important crops or food, one is to do with rice. Then we also have this, we call it as taro, okay? When we say taro, okay, to make it simple for you, to make you understand, in Nagamese we call it as kuchu, isn't it? So that is what we meant by taro, okay? In English it is called as yam also. So this is also again another important food for the Nagas, isn't it? Then the next one will be, we have this pumpkin, isn't it? We have pumpkin. Then we can talk about this squash also, am I right? Then we can write about this millet, okay? Then you can talk or write about this also, maize. It can come to different, okay? We have different foods that we eat, isn't it? So depending on you, how much you know, you can write that, okay? And as I've said, you can write it basing on the marks. Got it? If it is for 2 marks, that means 2 points will do, okay, or maybe the most 4 points. That is more than enough, okay. But if they are asking in an essay type question, then there you have to mention everything, okay. It has to be up to the marks, because essay means we are talking about 6 marks, isn't it? So make sure you mention this thing minimum 6, okay, and then on top of that you also have to write a little bit about it, okay. So here, apart from this, we also have this potato, isn't it? We take potato, then we have this beans also, okay. All those you can mention in the important crops, okay. Now here, one thing I want you to be clear about is know the difference between important crops and cash crops. Got it? Important crops means we are talking about those foods that we Nagas take, okay? Cash crops means we are talking about those crops or food that we Nagas, we are selling it, okay? Or we are cultivating it in order to sell it. So that is the difference, okay? So please make sure you remember that, okay? Because in the cash crops, okay? When you come to cash crops, you will find that we have orange, isn't it? Orange is also one of the most important cash crops of Nagaland. And when we say orange, you all know that you will find this plenty in Wokha district, if I'm not wrong, isn't it? Then we also have this cotton, okay? Cotton is also another cash crop of the Nagas. And this cotton, it is cultivated especially in Mokchung district, okay. Then we also have this sugar cane, okay. Sugar cane is also another cash crop. Then we have pineapples. When you come to pineapples, you all know where we can get it, isn't it? Especially the main area is Dimapur side. When you are coming up, you see lots of pineapples being sold there, isn't it? So you can write all those things, okay. So when we say cash crops, we are talking about those crops that are being cultivated in order to be sold, okay. So cash crops of the Nagas will be, we have this cotton, okay, then oranges or orange, then pineapple, okay, sugar cane. So those are called as the cash crop. So as I've said before, don't get confused with the cash crops and the this important crops, okay. Then another point, coming to the next topic, that is to do with the transportation. In your textbook, we have this transportation and communication, isn't it? Now, when we write about this transportation and communication, okay, please make sure you write the points. Because what you usually do is, okay, we have come across that, as I've said before, since we are all living in Nagaland, many of you, you assume that you know everything, isn't it? And that is when you lose out marks, okay? So here, when we talk about transport, okay? Transport, you have to write about all those in detail, like how transport came into being or how roads were constructed, okay? Because we all know that in the beginning, before the Britishers came, okay, there was no road. There were just footpath, okay, so to say. But with the coming of the Britishers, okay, the Britishers, they started constructing road. Then after construction of roads, again what they did was they started metaling the road also, isn't it? They metaled the road. So all these you need to mention, okay. Then you also need to mention about those, we call it as NH, means we are talking about national highway. Got it? NH means national highway. So you need to mention those national highways that are crossing Nagaland also. Okay, we have NH 29. Then we also have this NH 61, isn't it? NH 29, we are talking about that road that is coming up from Dimapur. Okay, so all those you need to mention. Okay, then talking about the thing also, like for example, the first transport service was inaugurated in 1965. Okay, it was inaugurated in 1965. So make sure you mention the year also. Okay, that way you will get more marks. Then coming to airport. Okay, you all know where the airport is, isn't it? We have in Nagaland, we have only one, that is in Dimapur, isn't it? So you need to write or mention a little bit about that also in the fact, not just randomly writing about it, okay? But you need to make sure that you look at the text, read the textbook. That is the main thing here, okay? Many of you, you lose out marks because of not reading the textbook. So I want to stress on that also. Again, please make sure you read the textbook and don't forget to study this Nagaland book, okay? Don't forget it, because if you don't, then you are going to lose out 10 marks. So please be aware of it, okay? Now, for today, we will stop from there. But next class also, we will be discussing about Nagaland book. So please be ready with your book for the next class, okay? So thank you for tuning in and stay safe.